I've been reviewing air fryers for nearly 3 years, and I usually discourage people from buying the really cheap models because they're often a false economy. You can end up with an appliance with poor temperature regulation that cooks unevenly or is badly constructed. But this model from a fast-growing British company called Keplin claims to do everything that a £200 Ninja can do for less than £70. So I bought one to test out, and in this video I'll tell you everything about it and whether it changed my mind about budget air fryer buys. So let's have a look at the Keplin dual drawer in a bit more detail. This model is 9 litre capacity, which is very similar to the Ninja dual drawer models and the Kasori dual drawer. And that capacity is going to be spot on for feeding 4 to 6 people. If you want internal drawer measurements and an idea of the kind of accessories that you can fit inside it, I'll also add a link below to some photos of things inside the drawer, which will also show you a loaf tin and things that will fit perfectly in it. This is what the drawer looks like next to Ninja's AF300 and AF400 drawers. It's slightly longer than both, and it's narrower than the 9.5 litre Ninja AF400. And this means it's only the second air fryer I have ever tested that doesn't fit my favourite tins. However, you can fit a whole chicken in the drawer. It's advertised as fitting a 1.5 kilogram chicken, and actually I tried it with a 1.6 kilogram chicken, which fitted perfectly. And you can see how that chicken turned out in a little bit when I show you some of the food I cooked. So inside the drawer are the standard crisper plates, which Keplin refer to as metal racks. They aid hot air circulation and allow fat to drain away, and they are the only dishwasher safe part of the air fryer. I found the metal racks on this particular model very stiff to slide in and out, and if you're struggling with these whilst they're piping hot because a chip has slipped through to the bottom, then that does mean you'll risk burning yourself or tipping the drawer. But the good news is that they do ease up after a few uses. So if this air fryer is going on your kitchen worktop, in the manual, Keplin advise you to leave 3 to 5 inches of clearance at the back between the appliance and the wall or electrical socket. That's because the hot air outlet is at the back of the appliance. And as you can see, it's not going to be a problem to leave that space with an appliance this size on a standard worktop. To use the Keplin, press the combined power button, which also doubles up as a start button. Choose your drawer and then press the preset button to move between the 8 options for different food types, which are pre-programmed with default times and temperatures. The options are steak, chicken, seafood, fish, pizza, fries, bake, and vegetables. Finally, press the power button again to start cooking. The maximum temperature that you can set the air fryer to is 200 Celsius and the minimum is 80 Celsius. There's no setting on this model to dehydrate, and generally you would want a temperature lower than 80 Celsius with a slow fan speed to do that anyway. If you're cooking 2 different dishes with different times and temperatures and you want them to be ready at the same time, there is a smart finish button which you can press after you program both drawers, which will delay the start of the drawer with the shorter cooking time. There's no option on this air fryer to duplicate settings from one drawer to another, but there is a preheat button, which is essentially just another preset with a default time of 3 minutes at 160 Celsius. And really you could achieve the same result by just adding extra time to your main cooking program. If you're buying a budget air fryer, it's always worth considering energy use. And in this case, the Keplin did well, using just 0.122 kilowatt hours over 10 minutes, which is actually less than the similar size Kasori or Ninja dual drawer, which means it will be cheaper to run. And as you'll see in a moment, it still produced good results when I cooked in it. The second thing to consider is budget brands sometimes hide details about their non-stick coatings, and in the case of the Keplin, I wasn't able to find any information about the non-stick coating. So it's probably got a PTFE coating. Current advice is PTFE is not harmful if not damaged, and if you don't use it at temperatures exceeding 260 Celsius. But that's not enough for some people, and it's a very complicated topic, so I'm not going to go too deeply into it. However, if you do want more information, I'll drop a link in the description to a blog post that I've written about it, so you can read up a little bit and decide if that's a priority for you. I tried this model out with the usual range of air fryer foods. My 1.6 kilogram chicken cooked in 40 minutes at 180 Celsius and had lovely crispy skin. A salmon fillet cooked through at 180 Celsius in 12 minutes. Frozen oven chips produced good results, as did roasted potatoes and red peppers. I also cooked sausages and cauliflower cheese and made use of that smart finish function. And because my favourite air fryer tins did not fit into the drawer of this air fryer, I tested out the bake function with homemade cookies and then spent the whole of the rest of the week trying not to eat them all. So previously, one of my frustrations with budget air fryers has been that some of them are not very accurate with their temperatures. And of course, if your air fryer runs 10 degrees hot, there's the risk that your food is going to burn and your meal will be ruined. So I put the Keplin through a test using an oven thermometer to see if the temperature in the drawer was accurate. After 10 minutes at 200 Celsius, using the chips preset, the temperature in the drawer was spot on. So this air fryer did actually pass all the tests. If you want to find out the price that it's selling at the moment, you can either scan the QR code that is on the screen at the moment, or there's a link in the description below. And if you do buy it, do remember to register it for the 2-year guarantee, which you can do via the link or the QR code, which is at the back of the printed instruction book that comes with it. Any thoughts or questions, drop them in the comments. Thanks for watching.